Hey, what's going on? I'm Jeanette with the Heavy Press Interviews, Australian edition. It's going to be a ripper. I'm hanging out with Parkway Drive. Good on you, mate.
That was so English.
Was that-
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I tried.
I'm Winston from Parkway Drive. we're in Canada, eh?
Hey.
We're gonna do an interview about Parkway Drive.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
I don't know how bad was that.
No, that was great. That was really fine.
I'm sorry
right.
if that's offensive.
No, I'm happy you did that because it made me look really good.
I learnt all of my
So-
Canadian from South Park, so I'm sorry.
No, that's not bad. That's a great place to learn Canadian, obviously. So your new album, it's pronounced Ire, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this has brought you back to Canada, which we are stoked about, obviously.
Us too.
So you're here on the Ire North American tour, and you know what? I've heard the new album. I've already listened to it like 5 or 6 times. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
But you know, it's safe to say it is different. So what happened? Did you guys just kind of like wake up one day and eat a big bowl of let's try something new for breakfast? Like,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah?
But it wasn't so much waking up and going, now's the time. It was more the fact of when it came time to write something new, we just felt as though everything we'd done up until that point in time was done in the exact same way. So we found that there was nothing else that we wanted to do with that formula creatively. That was it. It was literally, it's not a big, like, we can do this crazy thing or to hell with this. It was just us finding a point in creativity that there wasn't anything else to gain from that formula. Very simple. It's really strange.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are waiting for some massive revelation, but it's just that thing. We always write music we like to write and that we enjoy doing. And it's like no one wants to say in grade 1 or grade 10 forever. They want to do something else just because you end up doing the same thing.
And how's the feedback been on it?
Really good.
Yeah? It's been good?
It's been exactly what we expected in the sense of mixed reactions. Like, it's simply because we have 10 years of a very set sound, which if people don't like it, they don't like it. And if people do like it, they really love it. So if you give them something different, then all of a sudden it's open to opinion.
Exactly.
Which is great, which is what people are.
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less, and it's really nice. But that being said, like it's been so positive, it's been insane. Like, this has been the most well-received record we've ever made, which is really, really nice because it's been the funnest record to make. So
Yeah, and
that's
I
great.
feel like it's opened up to a new group of fans too, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's I guess like it's always nice to write music and create something and have people listen to it, and the fact that I guess there's more scope for different sound and meaning different ears to hear it is a really nice thing if that happens. And if not, we enjoyed making it.
Good. That's all that matters. So now this is one of your darkest records. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty dark. It's pretty
Yeah.
intense. Can you kind of tell us, in a nutshell, what are some of the stories behind it?
The nutshell.
Yeah.
The nutshell.
The
Here
breakdown.
we go. Yeah. Here. So basically, the record's called Ire. It's the translation for that is it's anger. It's like which basically sums it up pretty well. Other than 2 songs on there, it's definitely quite a pissed off record. But it's simply, there's no one thread that runs through the entire thing. It's simply a bunch of songs written from the perspective of a person that sees the world and the trajectory that I think that we're heading in, and saying that I don't think this is going to end up well, and that I think we're capable of more. Like, I think it's simply that feeling of being a conscious person in the planet and having written songs from, I guess, a socio-political standpoint and a personal standpoint for over 10 years now, and then writing these songs again and finding myself writing about subjects and topics that were a problem 10 years ago, and it's going, why am I still having to write this stuff? Why is it still such a big problem in the world when we have so much, we've advanced so far and we have so many more people and we have so many open-minded people, and yet we can't solve these issues, and we still are heading down this path that has a ending which we acknowledge is not going to work for the planet.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
exactly. And that kind of leads into my next question is, you guys are probably one of the hardest working bands that I've ever sat down with. We've seen your documentaries. You guys
You see the guy in sweatpants in front of you right now.
It's okay. The
Yeah.
camera's cropping
Yeah.
that part out. No, but you guys have slept in canyons, abandoned ships on the beach. You've slept outside of your car. You guys have toured in wheelchairs. You've got one
We
now
got one now.
happening.
Yeah.
In empty venues, and just you guys have really put in that grind. And with that being said, it's taken you all around the world, and you really deserve to be where you are. But
Thanks.
having been all around the world, you've seen the bad, you've seen the good. What is something that you would maybe change about society today?
Mainly the perception that everything is above people. And by that I simply mean it's very easy to feel overwhelmed by any kind of change and feel overwhelmed by a large planet that has these big issues which you see going on, and easy to think, I'm one person, what can I do? And it seems like it seems to be one of the large things that people, I'd say humanity seems to be inflicted by, is the lack of community when it comes to, I guess, tackling issues, in the sense that so many people will say it's too much. And the reality is we have billions of people on this planet, and many people do want to improve, and yet we leave it to a handful of people who we say will represent us, and then we get pissed off when they don't represent us properly.
True.
So, yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. So now with all these bad things that you would change about the world, I mean, there's so many good things.
Yes.
Like we spoke about earlier, you guys saw the Northern Lights here in Canada. We see in your music video for Karma, of course, you guys are very passionate about surfing.
Yeah.
And now in your new video for Vice Grip, you guys are
Jumped
jumping out of a friggin' airplane.
Yeah.
So having done all these things, what is left on your bucket list? Do you have anything?
To be honest, I'm a happy person. If this is all I get in life, I would consider myself to have lived a million lifetimes over. It's really, really awesome. That being said, to be honest, I don't even know. I'm open to any suggestions.
Yeah.
We've seen so much of the world, and
Yeah.
I have a globe that sits on my nightstand next to my bed, and I literally rotate it, and with the exception of Africa, I'm like, oh yeah, I can tell you what all of these places look like. I can tell you what the food tastes like here. I can tell you what the people are like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. So it's not like there's nothing else left to see, but it's nice to know that I've seen that much in a very short life.
Yeah, that's insane. I haven't been very far. This is what we got. I would love to go to Australia though. That's on the bucket
That's
list.
what every Canadian says.
Yeah, and
Come on down.
that leads into my next
Yeah.
question is that Canadians friggin' love Australians and your music. I don't know what it is. You guys do something different and we just eat it up. It's awesome. Now, what are your favorite Australian bands, or maybe some upcoming ones that you know of that we should look out for?
We got one of them tonight. Well, we got 2 Australian bands on this tour.
Yeah.
That just is insane. 2 Australian bands doing, no, 3 Australian bands doing the same tour is just kind of mind-blowing considering where we came from. But yeah, In Heart's Wake, if you don't know about them, they're opening this tour. They're actually from
I know
our
they're
town.
on right now. We're missing them,
Yeah.
so next time.
Yeah, if you don't know them and you're watching this, check them out. They're actually from Byron. They're from our area as well, and they're awesome. Northland are amazing.
Yeah.
Diartas of Murder are amazing. God, I don't even know where to go from there.
Yeah.
Hands Like Houses. There's a lot. There's a hell of a lot. Australia has a very strong music scene.
I know.
And not just heavy, just full stop. It's just, it's very hard to escape from Australia. It's very isolated.
What advice would you give an Australian band or Canadian band wanting to do the big leap across the pond? I mean, it takes a lot of money, a lot of work.
Yes, it takes a lot of money. Here's the thing, there's no trick. There's no fast way to any kind of success. We're not sitting here in a bus today because we figured out the secret formula.
Yeah.
It was, as much as people want to believe in the dream of being discovered and stuff like that, the reality is a lot of work goes into absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubble. I'm simply going to relay the fact that we never asked for any of this. This was never a goal. The goal for us was to be 5 guys playing our local youth centre so our friends can stage dive and mosh. That was literally it. That's all we ever wanted. And when opportunities came along, we worked towards them and made them happen just because it was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing today. Like, our work ethic has evolved simply because we still love doing what we want to do, and someone says, hey, you want to go play there? We'll go, that sounds rad. But it doesn't just happen. We make sure we work to make it happen.
Yeah.
So do what you love doing. Do something that you can put your passion into to the point where even if nothing happens, you're still stoked, because that's exactly the way we've felt our entire career. And I get asked this question a lot, and I give the same answer, because everyone expects, like, get a good manager, write a record with this person. And the reality is all of that is sidelined simply to the fact of doing something that you can put yourself into, because that's what translates on a human level, rather than something manufactured to reach a certain goal.
Perfect. And that's it. What can we expect from you guys tonight?
Loud noises.
Loud noises. Are there
Bad
gonna be any
accents.
wall of deaths or anything crazy?
We'll see how we go. It's basically any show we play, I'd like to encourage people to have as much fun as they can.
Yeah.
And I generally, whatever level people reach, I try and make them go another 3 levels above that.
Yeah.
So it generally ends up in some kind of pandemonium. But no matter what, you can guarantee that I probably won't be able to talk or stand by the time we get off the stage, because it all gets left up there. So.
Yeah. Well, my cameraman and I, we got balcony seats.
Oh, sweet. You get to see it, which is
stoked.
nice.
I'm stoked because there's no way you're going to find me moshing tonight, but I will be
Smart.
headbanging
Yeah.
like a mofo
That's good.
from the balcony.
That's good. And the other thing is, we've been putting more effort into our live shows, in the sense of not us just playing, but the actual design and look of it. So even if you don't want to get crushed in the pit, it's still damn entertaining.
Crushed, no pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. There.
Awesome. Thank you, Winston.
Thank you.